Hey traders, what's going on? Welcome back to another live trading video. I am going to be taking a position here on silver actually, which is XAGUSD. On the 30-minute chart, I see something that I really like and want to be part of this move on the long side. So you can actually see, if we zoom in just a bit, price is pulling back here, and it's a pretty aggressive pullback, but I like a key level of support. I'm going to talk about this trade in detail, and what we're going to do is we're going to watch the trade start to finish. I'm going to share whether this trade is a winner or loser this on YouTube for you to hopefully get some sort of value out. But let me go ahead and jump into this trade and share it with VIP members. By the way, there's a link down below in the description if you're interested in joining the A1 trading community. But yeah, let me jump into this trade and I will be right back. All right, and there I am. I'm into the position here. Let's actually just drop it down to the 30-minute chart really quick so we can talk about the technical analysis. Very, very simple concepts here. I actually just shared this with members. Let me read this off to you guys so you can just see. So I basically said that I'm bullish on silver here on the 1-hour chart. I'm looking to buy, looking for the pullback to support to hold. I like the overall momentum to the upside today in the metals market. Across the board, we've been pretty bullish this morning, and I'm hoping that we can get some continuation there. My stop is relatively tight beneath market structure. You can see, we'll talk about that in just a moment on the chart. I will be trailing my stop and letting this trade run if it wants to. The metals market, as I mentioned, quite bullish today, and trying to see if we can get that momentum to continue in our favor, as it has been respecting momentum lately. So just shared that with members, and so we'll take a look at the chart now and just talk a little bit about the technicals. You can see the trade not starting out super well. We're seeing a lot of bullish bearishness here, but I am still going to stick to the strategy here. And hopefully we can see some turnaround. But I like this consolidation zone in general. So we actually had this kind of back and forth, price jumps up above it. And one of my favorite setups is just looking for a pullback to a zone after that, with the hopes that buyers could hold that overall pressure and kind of continue what they started, if you will. So when you get this break above a key structure point like this, what sometimes happens is, and hopefully more often than not, we get buyers who have broken through this level. When price starts to come back down, they're willing to support their previous victory, if you will, right? Because you had a lot of resistance here, right? You had sellers who were able to hold the price here, but when we break out, that's basically saying, okay, sellers may not be as strong as we thought. There may be room for bullishness to continue. So that's what I'm betting on. You can see my stop is underneath structure. So let's highlight that for a moment. You can actually see, so as I mentioned, this was my theory, is we've got resistance in this area. We broke through it. I'm hoping that this general area can hold as support now on the retest. And as price comes down, if it does break through this, then this could have very well been a fake out, which is going to happen sometimes, unfortunately. And so with that said, if that is the case, I will go ahead and stop out of the trade right here underneath structure. So we've got a nice amount of support here where multiple times buyers were able to hold. So if price comes down there, then no big deal. I'll just stop out and find something else to trade, or maybe I'll just go take a walk or something, do something else. But hopefully we can see some continuation here on silver today. So that is the entry. That's the reasoning behind the trade. It doesn't get too much more complicated than that. I try and keep it simple with my trades, looking for momentum. I've got a stop here on the trade. I do not have a target on this trade, which sometimes people have questions about. So what you'll notice is that I basically have a stop in place. So my risk is right here. But my reward or my upside is actually much larger because I don't have a target. So if price moves up, a lot of times the temptation for me is just to take profits. But instead, I try and let my winners do as much as they possibly can by holding on to a trade and trailing my stop. So if we get into a situation where that happens, then of course we will adjust accordingly. Again, looking at this on the 30-minute chart currently, if we actually drag this tool here, this is what I usually use to measure my initial risk. So here's my initial entry. As we mentioned, we've got my stop underneath here. We've got 1R, 2R, so on and so forth. If price moves up in my favor, then I will at some point trail my stop in. We'll see if we can get into that situation or if we're just going to stop out. So with that said, guys, I'm going to pause the video. We'll come back when some more price action has unfolded. So unfortunately, silver did stop us out of the trade. Things did not work as I was hoping for. Looking for that momentum to continue here to the upside that we had seen. And unfortunately, in the second half of the day here, we did end up getting some sell pressure that took us out of the trade for a stop. But just to reiterate something, you can kind of see that at this point, it's a good thing that I had stopped out of the trade. This is why I place a stop on these momentum-based strategies. Is I'm looking for, hey, if price doesn't keep going in my favor, just get me out of the trade. Because you can see here in this example, price came down and stopped us out right here before continuing lower. Now, here's the thing. You might say, well, yeah, Nick, but it could come right back up. But here's the thing. We could play the should or could or would have game all day long, but that could be very dangerous for us as traders because there's also the what if price just keeps going really, really down and we want to just be out of this trade. It is what it is. I took a loss here and, as a trader, I think it's important to just accept that. So I'd want to post this video either ways because, again, I think it's valuable to people out there who struggle with getting stopped out and they mentally say, well, I don't want to take a loser. This is why, I'm just getting out of the trade. I have no reason to stay in the trade from this point right now because, again, my initial thesis for that continued momentum did not play out as I was hoping for. I was really looking to see if we could continue that trajectory that we were on, holding that kind of 20-period moving average here on the 30-minute chart. We seem to have been getting some nice movement to the upside, but unfortunately, that analysis did not work out, and that is okay because we take losses with pride here and we move on. So I hope you got something out of this video. Hey, do me a favor if you like these videos and you want to see more. If you leave a like on the video, YouTube will let you know when I post more often so that you can see more content like this. And if you appreciate the honesty that I'm trying to show in this channel, then do me a favor again, subscribe so you can watch more videos. I try and keep it as real as possible because if you trade, it's not always so nice and easy like they make it look like it. So thanks so much for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your day and we'll see you back in the next video.